So, hey everyone, my name is Dima. Just interesting question. Can you up your hands if you don't know about Cursor, anything? Okay, interesting. So, I also didn't know it before I met Romain. If you know, you know, it's the guy who are developing Codica. So he was like a marketing manager for first time when I have seen him because he really recommended me Cursor. I was like, come on, why do you need Cursor if I have VS Code? So, but then I installed once and I found that Cursor is absolutely the same as VS Code. So, but there are like two differences that VS Code can give a hint, maybe, but Cursor definitely explain you everything if you need help with some task and find some issue. But how does it work? Actually, it works easily. The Cursor just has inside IDE like ChatGPT and not DeepSeek but Cloud and others AI who helps you with the project with the code. So how does it work? I like using Cursor most because they looking in your code, they're looking in your architecture, they're helping you looking at how you implemented it before. So, but first advice when you install Cursor is to set your like rules. I don't know, does someone of you who are using Cursor are set it up? But yeah, I would just show you why do we need it. Because so we can see here rules. So rules, it's in general, you can set up your rules for your project in general. For example, I put that I'm always using block as a state management. So if you implement something, please use block automatically without using some set state and so on, without adding some comments. If you know that like AI usually like add some comments. So if you are speaking Chinese and for you is like easier to speak Chinese, just add that. Please answer every time in Chinese because Cursor automatically answer you in English, even if you ask you like in other language. So that's like I just use some open space rules to do not waste time. I just put Reddit useful rules for Flutter. But also what I did is I'm setting project rules. So this means if you're using some like separate packages for your project, or you are doing some other way, for example, you're using not DDD architecture, but using some first feature or whatever it is, you can just add it here. And yeah, that's the first point, what you should invest your time, because it will save you some time, because every time I ask, no, you are not doing it this way, you should do it another way, I'm using this one, please check one more time. It's always wasting your time. So, and I just found 3 like most common comments what I'm using. It's like, please refactor this widget. Explain this layout, because usually I'm working on the like products which written by some others, and sometimes something is complicated, and sometimes I'm not sure is it working in this way, so I ask it like AI to explain and make responsible. So to adapt AI for the same AI as you're using. For example, in my application, I had a case that I didn't want to put the task for UX UI designer because it's going to take more time. And I asked like, can you implement some feature with using the same UI what I'm using in this project? And it did great. Actually, I like it. Yeah, I'm a bit struggling because I was on a conference, React Native conference, and I was super surprised when I seen that some of the speaker who was on the React Native also used like React Native and Cursor. I was like, come on. And he did really interesting things. So he asked Cursor to write the feature, then to test this feature and fix the issues. And it was like 25 requests, like, oh, I found the issue here, so I'm fixing it, or oh, I fixed it it looks like it's still some like you still have some issue here, and it was like super long, but this was so funny. So but probably yeah, I'm using it just to convert something to optimize, as William told in the LinkedIn post. It's like only 20% for him to like only helps only for 20% in the coding. For me, maybe it's 35, but in any case. So what I don't like in Cursor, that's even if you have a rules, you still have to be really careful with what Cursor are implementing, because the code quality sometimes really shit. So I'm closing the window oftenly and reject all the edits what Cursor open. So you should be really careful and should really check what he wrote you, because it can look like it's working, but in the same way it can broke some others, and you you should test it after this really careful. So and architecture. So sometimes even if you like ask to do some using some principles, do not use it and create some folders which are make your life a bit harder. So be careful. What I would say is that it's still, you know, you need to use humanity. Vibe coding is not the way we should move it. I like vibe coding. Why? Because when people create something using vibe coding, they always, like in some way, when they raise some money or get some money, they come back to developers, because they're staying some point when they cannot fix something using vibe coding, and they should hire someone even if you don't want. So the developers still getting money even from vibe coders. Yeah, what I'm gonna show you just a few examples. I prepared like how I did. So for example, here we have a like repeatable code, and I just Control A, Command I, so open its window. So I'm just like, can you refactor it? And don't forget to add, please. Okay. Okay, and that's how it works. So I make rules for all projects what I have, and what it did. So it just using block, first, and other thing to implement to refactor this code, and that's really bad because I don't need it. Just did it like only once. Well, it doesn't matter. You can see how it works. So you can just ask something to do, and then accept it or reject. There are like 3 ways to use it. So agent, ask, or manual. So agent, when you use agent, you automatically give possibility to make some changes, as you see here. If you are using ask, it means that you ask advice. So can you check how I can implement feature? They look at the code and they give you advice. At the manual, so they can offer you to do some changes, but they will not do it like automatically like agent. They will just offer. So yeah, I would probably try again, but I think it's gonna take more time than I expected. So yeah, that's, I'm gonna finish with it, I think, because 5 minutes is left, I think. So yeah, and for those, that's me, my LinkedIn, my photo, left LinkedIn. I didn't. Sorry, I'm a bit worried. It's my first time, so it's like. Thank you. Yeah, that's all.